the more specific, the more tangible that offer is, and the more attractive it's going to be for the dream customer.
Are we rich yet?
Hey, welcome to Are We Rich Yet? I am Colton Havens and I'm here with Rosio Arojave. And this show is for business owners who want funnels that convert, offers that make sense, and ads that actually produce results.
And each episode, we break down one real strategy you can use to build more predictable revenue without wasting money or chasing the new shiny object of the week.
Let's get in today's episode. The question is why clarity creates momentum. This one is a great topic because we just got off a 2 hour call with a student of ours going over this very problem. Most people's issue with selling is they are not clear and concise with what it is that they're going to deliver to the client and the result that the client is going to get, which is why it's hard for them to make sales. Um, Rocio, what is your opinion on this question?
I think clarity is so key because when you start at the beginning, right? Before even selling, it's like, well, I'm gonna sell. You actually need to be clear on who are you selling. I think that that's the first question that you need to be clear about. So there's a couple of clarity stages, if you want to call it like that, where people are just focused on just putting things on social media and see what sticks, and oh yeah, I can sell that, I can sell that, I can serve that audience, I can sell that person. But you need to be clear, who do you want to work with, and who is the ideal person to buy that offer from you, right? Having clarity there is very important. And for example, like going back to the example of our student, we needed to be clear that she sells a wellness program, right, for a corporate America, right? And when she was talking to us at the beginning, she was saying about, hey, yeah, the employee is gonna get this, and the employee is gonna get this assessment and this program, and this nutrition and blah blah blah. And the first question is, okay, who is your ideal client? Because if we know from corporate America, whoever hires her is not the employee, is the head of HR or the CEO of that company or the head of the health department, right? Or the wellness department or whatever. That is the actual ideal person for her to be in contact, right? That's the person that she's going to be talking to. That's the person that is going to be the decision maker. That's the person that is going to hire her and pay her for her programs. So at the beginning, at the very beginning, she was still confused about talking to the employee, but the employee doesn't hire her. Who actually hires her is HR or the EHS person or the CEO. So step one is, who, very very clear to the detail of who are you targeting, who is your ideal person.
Yeah.
You agree on that?
Oh yeah. I think step one, most people, if you say I help everybody, you already lost. So that's a good way to know if you're not being specific enough. You should be
Yeah.
so specific that you think that you're not going to be talking to enough people. That's how specific you should be. Your thought pattern for most people, when we're like, we need you to be this specific, they're like, but what about all these other people? We don't need any of those other people. We need the one person. Okay.
Yeah.
The second thing with clarity is, what exactly is it that you're going to do for clients? So right now we're being specific on getting clear on what you sell, okay? Because this is where majority of our students are. This is where the majority of people that are in business for 5 years are still stuck in this where they're like, I can't, they're not selling anything and they don't know why, right? So here's some examples of what I mean by getting clear. So we were doing exercise with her on the health wellness program, and we're like, okay, so what is a generic health program doing that is wrong? And then she started to tell us all of the things that makes her different. Okay. And that's not the question I asked. I guess the question I asked is, what is the other company doing right now that is wrong? Your competitors. So, for example, if I'm Chick-fil-A and I'm looking at Wendy's, I'm gonna be like, well, first of all, they don't have anybody outside to greet you. Second of all, they don't put pickles on their sandwiches like we do. Or their chicken sandwiches have no pickles. All right. And their lettuce is not crunchy. We have crunchy lettuce. And they cook their chicken at 350. We cook our chicken at 370. All right. So by doing those things and being clear on what the other client does, I get to make better marketing videos.
Mhm.
Because now you're going to just understand and remember the comparison I did between Wendy's chicken sandwich and Chick-fil-A's chicken sandwich.
Yeah,
Right? The visuals are just so much more clear. Well, in my videos and my marketing, I'm gonna be like, well, I'm gonna treat you like the Chick-fil-A. We're the Chick-fil-A. I got people at the door. I got the right lettuce. I got the right temperatures, and that's what makes me different than Wendy's. Okay?
yeah. And I have another example actually. So when you actually the other clarity um, exercise that we did today with her and our student was the offer. There was no enough clarity on the offer. So for example, before she was saying, yes, my offer is I created a wellness program. And then I said, okay, so what does that mean? Well, I do a health assessment, and in the assessment they get this and this, and then I say, wait, before you give me other stuff, what does the health assessment mean? So you start going one layer deeper and one layer deeper in your what is called deliverables, right? So when you say, ah, yeah, I created a wellness program, that's too generic, that's too umbrella, right? The best offers that sell out there are because they're very specific, they're very clear on the deliverable that they're giving, right? So, for example, when we went back to the example of the health assessment, I said, instead of just giving me a health assessment on biomarkers, okay, what biomarkers? Oh, we do the we do this one that is specific related to diabetes. We do blood pressure. We do sugar, glucose. We do that. And when she started listing that, now the offer is becoming more tangible because I can relate to those numbers. I know what that means, right? Compared to health assessment, is like you leave it open to the imagination. Ah, is this like one of those quizzes or is this one of those, very generic? The more specific, the more tangible that offer is, and the more attractive it's going to be for the dream customer, right? And you have to be very specific and clear on each deliverable, because now the that is going to bring you an easy marketing point where you can relate deliverable with benefit. When you get this, this is the result that you get, right? When, for example, one of the other deliverables is she has a platform that is HIPAA compliant and that it creates gamification. And what does gamification means? It means that it's gonna make all employees more engaged and stick to the program. So that alone creates more specificity and clear outcome based on my software is going to give you better engagement and people are going to stick with their health program compared to just a wellness program. Right? So that's the kind of clarity that we're talking about, is how clear you can describe your person and then how clear you can describe your offer. Those two things will be good enough to then help you. The marketing after that is becomes easier because you're now very specific on who are you targeting, what are their pain points, and now you can create better marketing videos, copy, emails, etc.
Yeah. The difference goes to this, right? So before you're gonna be like, hey, listen, you're looking for a wellness program for your company. My name is Colton Havens, and that's what I do. Right? That's basically what the pitch that we keep getting. But now it's listen, you're the head of HR and you're having to rehire and retrain people all of the time because no, it's not rehire. For this specific offer, it's going to be sick days. You got people out on sick days and mental health days to the point where it's actually costing you money that people are taking these days so often. Well, with this health program that I have with deliverable number one, that's going to solve health day issues. And here's XYZ result on the last company that I helped get lower their mental health days because I implemented my wellness program. Okay. So the first one is just, hey, I have a health and wellness program. So does everybody else. Hey, I have a health and wellness program that will save you thousands of dollars because you have employees actually at work. They're no longer taking your mental health days like they have been. So that right there is two different videos. You're going to get two different types of people. One's going to be way more specific and a better lead because in their day to day, you have to think about what their day to day is like as an HR rep with this issue, right? They have new people, they have job deadlines coming in, but Tim still isn't back from his mental health day. Or you have the boss coming at you is like, hey, why do we have so many insurance claims coming through with people with bad knees, bad backs, bad elbows, right? um Whatever, what's the thing that you get when you type too much in
A
your
carpal
house?
tunnel, carpal
Yeah,
tunnel.
carpal tunnel. Like those are the things that they're dealing with because their people are not healthy, right?
Yeah,
But with my health, wealth and wellness program, I solved each of these in each of my deliverables. Here's step one, step two, step three, right? So by
yeah.
explaining the problem, you become more specific.
And the marketing actually becomes easier to write. And I think that there's a saying in marketing that the person that describes the best the problem, people assume that they have the best solution. People assume that they have the better offer, the better program, because you are so clear on describing the pain point of that customer that you're so specific. So, for example, you are the HR rep that are in charge of installing a wellness program in your company, and you have been burned down in the past with generic programs that are cookie cutter and do not stick. Let me show you XYZ, my XYZ program, blah blah blah. You go into that because you're actually describing the pain point of that person that you're targeting. And now when you are become clear on the offer, right? Which means the solution to that pain point, now because you describe it in a way that they can relate, because you said, yes, this is me, this is a headache, please help me. Now people assume that you're going to have the better program, and obviously when you fulfill, they're going to be happy customers. But it all starts with being clear on the person, being clear on your offerings, and these two things are going to help you also describe the pain points and the marketing that you need to use.
All right, that's all I got for today, folks. Be clear, be concise, and be specific. You'll see more sales. So that's it for today. If this episode helped you see your funnel or offers or your ads more clearly, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on what's next. If you want help implementing this and you want to talk it out, go to launchesandconversions.com and you can book a call with Rosio or myself, and we could take a look at your offers, your funnels, or your ads to see what clarity that they may need. All right. Thank you for listening. We'll see you on the next episode.
Bye. And that's it for today. If this saved you time, money, or frustrations, make sure that you hit that subscribe button. And if you want our help dialing this for your business, just go to launchesandconversions.com, book a call with us, and either Colton and I will look at your stuff and help you get better results. That's where we're going to go deeper. Okay. So see you on the next episode.
Are we rich yet?